Hey everybody, it's Dr. John Rich. I haven't done a video in quite some time. Some of you who have followed me haven't seen me in like 30 years, so yeah, this is what I look like now. A lot of gray and some balding going on the top, but anyway, I'm here just to talk about a running refrain in the work that I've been doing, and that is just general encouragement to parents to use practices with their children that don't involve spanking. And I've kind of felt like almost preaching to the choir kind of thing. The people who don't spank their kids agree with what I'm saying, and the people who do spank their kids tell me that I'm not allowed to tell them how to treat their kids, and so I don't feel like I'm getting any headway. So I just wanted to read something from an article that just got published by a couple people, but one of them, her name is Elizabeth Gershoff, and she says this: several decades of research on parents' use of physical punishment have yielded two firm conclusions. First, physical punishment generally, and spanking specifically, are ineffective at improving children's behavior, and in fact lead to a worsening of it over time. Secondly, physical punishment places children at risk for a range of detrimental behavioral, mental health, and cognitive outcomes, as well as for physical injury. So there are only a couple reasons that I can come up with why a person would still think that it was okay to spank their children, especially when you go over that line into something abusive. The first is an attitude that says, I'm the parent, you're the child, I have the power, I can do whatever I want. The second is some kind of reluctance to think critically about one's own parents. So people say, well, I got spanked when I was a kid and I turned out okay. And third, just a general lack of interest in listening to what other people might have to say about their own children. They feel like nobody has the right to tell them how to parent. And so when somebody like me comes along with my Ivy League, well, I'm not from the Ivy League, but the ivory tower, is that what they say? My ivory tower education, I'm telling them what to do. They want to reject what I have to say just because this is America, goddammit. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. So I've spent quite a bit of time trying to write politely and trying to write in an academic fashion about this issue, and I'm not sure that I've gotten anywhere. So this is what I'd like to say. I'm going to change things up in this very short video, and that is, you're not allowed to spank your kids. I mean, you're allowed. I know that this country allows you to do that. But I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say, I'm telling you what to do. Because you mess your kids up when you spank them, when you yell at them, and when you insult them, when you let yourself get too angry. What you do is by the time they leave your house at 16, 17, 18, whatever age they finally leave and go out into the world, now I got to interact with them. So I'm less interested today on a Friday in being nice and polite and being the calm one, presenting all the scientific facts. I've gotten some pushback from people where they're mad at me because I'm writing about don't spank your kids, and they say that I don't have the right to tell you not to spank your kids. But this is what I would say. You don't own your kids. You think that you own your kids, but you don't own them. You had a period like however many years ago where you and another person smashed your genitals up against one another, and now you think that this little person who's running around is yours to do with as you wish. Well, as somebody who's going to have to live with that person when he or she becomes an adult and perhaps have to respond to and adapt to the kinds of resentment and mental health problems and behavioral problems and difficulties that they're going to have with anxiety and depression, very likely, I'm saying that to the degree that I would like to say it directly to you, I'm saying you're not allowed to spank your kids. Am I telling you what to do with your kids? Yeah, I'm telling you what to do with your kids. The research is clear. The philosophy is clear. A growing list of countries have made it illegal to hit your kids. And here in the United States, we're still allowed to do it. Well, today, like I said, maybe I'm going over the top. Maybe I'm taking it too far. Maybe I'm in a bad mood. But I'm putting it out there like that. I look forward to your responses. What do you think? Should people be allowed to hit their children? Even if we know that almost every occasion of somebody being hit produces an adult who's not able to fully achieve their potential because of some of the trauma that arises when a young child who trusts implicitly this grown-up, and then the grown-up gets overly upset and wails on the kid and causes physical pain. Even in that situation, are we really believing that parents own their children to the degree where they're allowed to do whatever they want? Or ought there to be further conversation about what parents should and should not be allowed to do in order to put people out into society that the rest of the world is going to have to adjust to? So, I'm signing off. I'll be doing other videos in the future. I look forward to your comments. Feel free to email me at info@drjohnrich.com. You can check out my podcast on iTunes and iHeartRadio. Just search for Dr. John's Neighborhood. Or you can find me online at ipmnation.com/DJN for Dr. John's Neighborhood. Leave your kids alone. Treat them nicely. Have a good weekend.